Guys, welcome to India Today. I think this is a special conversation for a simple reason that I can't think of a title or a film where the first part has come on digital on an OTT platform for reasons that we've all spoken of and we know. And the second part is coming in a theater. I want to revisit that first part a bit because I can only imagine for a filmmaker or an actor who has put so much into a film, and both of you are known for that, and then to go through that feeling of the world has changed, things around us have changed, and we have an OTT release. If you revisit that right now, can you just tell me what was going through your mind?
So we made the movie and we were really excited because we were sure that we've done a great job. And then the pandemic happened. And we realized that we have a choice either to release it now and be the first ones to do it, or wait, which was easier to do because it might just go away. And we realized if we have to wait, we will make the producers lose a lot of money. And these are the producers who believed in us. किसी ने विश्वास किया, उसको धोखा नहीं दे सकते. We thought, why not try a chance? And God has been kind. We just got lucky with it. Simple.
Absolutely. And Faruk, what were your learnings from that release? Because the industry and the way the business has evolved over the last 2 years, what did you learn? What were your worries initially, like he said? What was that learning lesson from having that OTT release?
No, the learning was Vidyut gave me a lot of strength that time because I was a little confused, and he said, whatever is happening, just trust in it. It'll be really nice. I mean, so then I started also believing and kind of going with that flow. But for any actor or filmmaker, I think the box office is a true barometer. But at that time, there were many people जिनकी फिल्में शुरू होके बंद हो गई थी, आधे रास्ते रुक गई थी, तो हम लोग काफ़ी फॉर्चुनेट थे कि हमको फिल्म रिलीज़ करने मिली और उससे सीख एक ये मिली कि OTT हो या सिनेमा हो, जब ऑडियंस प्यार देती है किसी चीज़ को, then it really becomes really nice. Yeah.
Right. And Shivaleeka, there is so much conversation about Vidyut and his discipline, how for every frame, every shot, every thought that goes into the line that he says, he is involved and he does play it to the gallery and play it to the maximum. I want to understand on set, when you guys walk into a set and you have to cut a shot and then he says cut as a director, right? What happens then? Does Vidyut still stay as we see him on screen, or does he go back to being not the character? Does he get out of character?
No, he was very much in character. Hamare actually, since we were shooting such intense scenes, we both were very involved. We in fact haven't really spoken to each other. Hum seedha pack up ke baad, oh hi. We used to tell each other hi, what's up, what happened and all. Only after pack up. During that, he was very much in character. Beach mein, yeah, he used to like just break the momentum by cracking a joke of his, the way he does it. But it was really nice. He was in the same space as I was. I think that is what was really important to pull off this film.
Right. And I remember the last time we had this conversation, and we really had a long conversation on your take on action films, a genre that sort of you have owned. I wouldn't say that you owned it, you made your own genre in a way. There are no boxes that you conform to. You have your own fan following. You've in fact created an army of people who love you, who literally protect you from what happens on social media and in that space. You also are not somebody who socializes much. We don't see you at parties. We don't really see you going out as much as an actor would if there is no film release. You live in your own world, which you've created, which I don't want to comment on that because I want to understand, for somebody who's so successful in an industry, gives hits back to back, has such a loving fan base, how does one work like that? How do you deal with the pressures of, I have to go and be seen here, I have to make X number of reels, I need to be doing this trend, I need to be on this bandwagon? How do you deal with all that pressure? Is there pressure?
And just the way you asked the question, there are people who love you and you've got everything going right in your life, then why do you need to do it? Because you don't need to do it. You hang around with people who really enhance you mentally. And that's what we do. Like, I enjoy hanging around with Faruk and people who sincerely want to make a difference in their lives and in others. I've been one of those people who really has invested a lot of time playing, time barbaad, दोस्तों के साथ बाइक पे बैठ के कुछ नहीं करना. I've done all of that. And now there's the time to really enjoy every moment where you can control things or do things the way you want to do it. So I'm enjoying that part.
Was there a tipping point or a curve from where you went from being that guy who was just riding bikes and not doing anything to then dude, this is my life passing me by. I need to.
No, it was not that I wanted to be something else. At that very moment, when I was hanging out with my boys and talking about girls, uh, I was having so much fun and I was happy. Then there's a time when you meet people who are doing different things that you want to do, and then you become a part of that, and then you become a part of that. So वो हर phase बहुत मजेदार होता है. There was no tipping point. Like, what will I be tomorrow? I have no idea. But every moment has to be enjoyed, and I've been doing that for a long time.
And how did you discover Jammwalians? And from where did that phrase come up? And how did that whole start? Because that's a force to reckon with.
पता नहीं. I have no idea how it happened, but sometimes when amazing things happen, you should not question them. So I've never questioned it, but you know, it's a good thought. I never thought how it happened.
Yet you're so involved.
आप चलते रहे और आपका कारवां बढ़ता रहा. So मैं कारवां का हिस्सा हूँ.
And it's a big karwa. It's not just a small karwa.
I'm proud of it.
I also want to get into your mindset for a bit when you're
बहुत
doing.
मुश्किल है मेरे mindset में कैसे घुसेंगे. इतनी मेहनत की है मैंने अचानक घुस जाएंगे.
I'm going to knock on that door and check. I just want to understand when you're doing stunts. Is there like a level of I will do it to I might try to I'm just going to close my eyes and jump and do it to I'm just going all out. Like when you're physically jumping off a building, irrespective of whatever the stunt is, what goes through your mind? And then how do you tell yourself, yeah, I did this in my last film. Now I want to try, go beyond that because I could do it, right? As just an actor and somebody who does such amazing physical stuff.
पहली तो बात ये है कि I'm a very greedy human being in terms of this. I want to do everything. If I have to jump off the 6th floor, I will. No stunt double. Because I really enjoy doing it. So, but there's a lot of calculation that goes behind it and a lot of practice and rehearsals, mostly in the head also. If I have to jump from a building to another, I go there and I know I've rehearsed it before. I go there, stand there, and I think of all the things that can go wrong. मुझे यहाँ से यहाँ जाना है, मैं यहाँ से यहाँ jump मारूंगा. हो सकता है I don't run so fast and I bang my head on the railing. Or मैं ज़्यादा jump मार दूंगा and I will topple over. Or I just don't jump. और ऐसे बहुत सवाल आते हैं मेरे दिमाग में. Then I think of all of them. And that's when I get to know that all this I should not do. And by then I can hear the camera rolling and then say action, and I just do it. So I've calculated all the things that can go wrong, and then I do the right thing. It's a process that I've been going through for a long time.
That's a great, I mean, I don't know what to say if it's a great process, but that's a crazy ass process to kind of do that and make that jump. In the beginning, was family worried, concerned? Were they like, what are you doing? Are you like really doing all these things, jumping off buildings, running behind people? Obviously, you're a human being. You have body parts, which obviously will get hurt physically. How did you deal with all that concern, worry?
No, not initially. Till date, my mom, if I tell her I'm going for an action shoot, she sits in front of the temple and she'll wait till the time it gets over. So it's an everyday affair. Like, I still don't believe that there's, like, I genuinely don't think that there's nothing that cannot be done. You can achieve everything, but it's a process and I'm enjoying it. But there are so many people praying for me. And that gives me a lot of faith and belief. It starts with my mother to my family, to my fans. It's amazing. There's so much blessing that I experience it every day.
Yeah, I can imagine it. Definitely, there is a lot of blessing. And Shivaleeka, to be on the set with that energy, right? There is so much adrenaline, there is excitement, there is craze. And the film has so much emotion. It's a love story at the heart of it. There is not just action, right? Just want to talk to you a bit. Growing up, when you wanted to be an actor, when you saw romantic films for the first time, you saw Shah Rukh Kajol romancing for the first time. Did you ever have a jodi in your mind that, yaar, matlab, what a love story? Or I see myself there that day. Impressions on your mind?
Veer Zara, I think, is something, that film is like stuck in my mind. It's very fresh in my mind, in fact. But I've never felt that this is the Jodi that I want to look up to and I want to kind of replicate. That is something I don't want to do. I think what they've done is brilliant. What I want to do, I want to stand out in today's time. I feel Sameer, Nargis are so relatable today. People can relate to Agni Pariksha today. Like, I feel everybody is going through so much that they can actually relate to both of these characters. So I have not really looked up to actors in terms of their journey and characters. I want to build my own journey. I honestly don't want to follow anybody because in that I know that I'll get lost. It won't be me anymore. I want to stay true to myself, real. I'll probably do less work, but I'll do good work.
Right. And when you do scenes with Vidyut, because there is so much focus on the fact that he does stunts and it's action, but at the heart of it, the emotional scenes that he has, the romantic scenes that he has, that part of his personality equally lends to the film. What has been your takeaway, not one, but two films now? What has been your takeaway as an actor that you've taken from working with Vidyut?
I've enjoyed performing the intense scenes with him. I've always looked up to him when I met him for the first film. I was very nervous meeting him.
What was the first meeting like? How did you break the ice, if there was any?
Oh, he broke the ice in 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. He literally saw me and he's like, "Tu to real life mein better dikhti hai." So this is what he said, and I just burst out laughing. I'm like, "Oh my god, like this is amazing." He's way more experienced. I've looked up to him as an actor, the way he's been, his journey, his discipline. Intense scenes has been something that I've actually seen him do on screen also. Like the way audiences have seen him do, he's doing this for the first time. I have seen him perform these scenes for the first time in front of me, and I'm seeing him perform something like this on screen. It's been amazing. I feel like he's grown from the first part to the second part. I've said this to him. Like as an actor, I feel he's grown. Yeah, there's a lot of growth.
Faruk, you want to comment on
He's
this?
got better with action, but I think he's a performer.
And Faruk, talking about the fact that when you work with an actor, you get to know so much about him. His likes, his dislikes, his temperament, what is he comfortable with, things he will say yes to, things he will say no to, right? You do get into that comfort zone. And I think you both, correct me if I'm wrong, have sort of come to that place now where there is a lot of comfort factor in you can offer and he can say no and vice versa. What has been your learning of Vidyut? What are the things that have shocked you about him, which are like revelations, which probably we don't know of because we get very little access to him, like I said in the beginning. What can you spill the beans about him on?
Yeah, spilling the beans is a better thing. So, I mean, I think Vidyut and me also connect somewhere. Partly, we are also similar in certain things, so we respect those similarities. And then there is a difference of things. Then we feed off each other's energy. So, koi bhi cheez, yaar, it's a jugalbandi. There is a bow and the arrow. There is music, and then there is the voice. The saz. So everything is a jugalbandi, and we don't create in a limbo. None of us can create at least a work of art like cinema. You can't create in a limbo. You have to have strong, good collaborations, and it's a blessing to have him as that strong collaborator. Apart from, I mean, Vidyut and me, I'd simply put, I went to meet an actor, I ended up with a friend. That's how simple it is. But that's nice when that happens, and creative give and take is there with Vidyut, with Shivaleeka, with other actors. Actually, I'd like to also take this opportunity and mention our other actors also, which is Sheba Chadda and Debendu Bhattacharya and Rajesh Talang and Siddharth Bhardwaj, Ruxar. They all had good interactions. All the actors have had a good time working with each other. So all a bunch of good, talented people, all in all, and it's nice to pit your main two people against this new bunch of lot in chapter 2. I found that very interesting. I mean, they were also all very eager to work with them, and so were they too eager to invite these new people into this universe of Khuda Haafiz chapter 2 Agni
That's
Pariksha.
interesting energy to feed off of each other.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
I have to pick your brains on this one topic, which everybody's talking about right now, is the fact that there is this whole focus on regional cinema, not necessarily South cinema. And everybody's talking about regional cinema. People are going and watching them. They are outnumbering Bollywood films. They're doing so well at the box office. As an audience or somebody who also watches films, like all of us, what is your take on this whole conversation and focus on Bollywood versus regional films, pitting one against the other?
I started my career in the South. So मैं तो पहले ही पहुंच गया था वहाँ पे. So it's been amazing, but I don't see the verses happening. It's in some people's mind, and I think these people are the ones with the limited mind. Hindustan ek hai, kuch south, east, northwest nahi hai. My father was in the army, and I've traveled the country. When you're posted in Punjab, you will have a Bihar regiment there. So tab ye nahi sochte ki hum kahan ke hain. You've got in Calcutta, you've got an army from Tamil Nadu. So कुछ है नहीं, वो दिमाग में है. It has to be broken right now. There's no divide versus nothing. An actor from the south of India is doing well. Actor from the north of Indians are doing well. I don't see the difference at all. I just don't. I can't. I even try to. I can't.
That's interesting and also very well put. Makes a lot of sense.
There's no difference. How can we differentiate? वो north east का है तो उसकी picture नहीं चल रही है उनके. It doesn't matter. We all one.
Did you get to watch any of these films that people are talking about? Pushpa.
कितने सालों से पिक्चरें देख रहा हूँ साउथ इंडियन डब में. 15-20 साल तो मुझे हो गए हैं. ये तो लोग अब देख रहे हैं. I love South Indian cinema. I love the directors. I'm working with one of the guys from Hyderabad, the director Sankalp Reddy. He's from South India. I've worked with Murugadas. So I've been following them. I just think if I want to work with them, there's no South India. You know, he lives in the south of India, but.
Right. I think on that note, the audience is now going to enjoy every bit of it. The music, the action, the direction, and the stars of the film. Congratulations and all the very best for this film.
Thank you so much.